Why is it that some people with zero credentials, no letters after their name, get paid like experts, while others with all the degrees, certifications, and all the expertise can seem to get traction? Like Richard Branson dropped out of school at 16, struggled with dyslexia, went on to found Virgin Group. Or Alex Hormozi started broke, sleeping on the floor of his gym, scaled multiple businesses past 100 millions, and became an author and investor teaching entrepreneurs how to grow without credentials. Or Louise Hay, Tony Robbins, Byron Katie. You already know, while having a degree is fundamental if you're a doctor, when it comes to having an online business, the waters are uncharted. To become an industry leader, it has nothing to do with the credentials, but something else entirely. If you stay with me until the end, I will show you how you too can become an authority in your field. And as a heart-led entrepreneur, the unconscious block that prevent you from perhaps charging what you're worth, higher prices, and how to flip that. Hear me out. People don't pay for credentials. They pay for what you can do for them, for solving a problem. They pay you for how they feel in your presence. That might sound outrageous, like, no, I'm not paying someone for how they're making me feel, but that's where it starts. Think about it. We've been taught to ask for permission, to chase validation, to collect proof that we are legit. But the most transformative voices in the industry didn't wait. They became the permission. They spoke from their soul, and people started listening, hearing and listening to what they were saying. Think about Gary Vee, an immigrant kid from Russia. No MBA or elite degree, grew at his dad's liquor store from 3 million to 60 million. Then he built VaynerMedia into one of the world's top marketing agencies. Or Joe Dispenza, a chiropractor by training, but he's known worldwide for his meditation and healing work. His recognition comes not from his degree, but from his unique approach and results. And people follow them, listen to them, take action, they buy their offers. And not because they were qualified, but how they made people feel, because they had a unique approach. Have you ever felt inspired by somebody's video and activated by their words? And perhaps thinking about those words later that night, wanting to watch more videos about that person, wanting to get to know that person more, hearing more of the things that they have to say. Because even if perhaps you've heard those concepts before, then you heard them differently. They clicked. You heard them in a different way. This time they had resonance. They vibrated within you. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, taught us about archetypes, these universal patterns that live inside of us. It comes from your story, your lived experiences, to the energy that you carry into the room. Nowadays, people don't pay for information. They got ChatGPT for that, or other AI tools. What people pay for, I said it before, is transformation, to solve a problem. They have a problem, and they pay you to solve it. They pay you to feel seen, supported, heard, understood, and transformed. And especially if you're offering transformation, I feel that we kind of all do. And so they pay you to shift something within themselves. Even if you're really providing something concrete, very tangible, the shift has to come from inside. And yes, and they might pay you also for the information, but alongside the implementation. And all that cannot happen without transformation. Catch my drift? Your story is your certification. And here's where most entrepreneurs missed it, because they hide their truth. They hide parts of their story because it's too uncomfortable to share it. And that's okay. You don't have to share it all, but there are parts that are fundamental to building a brand, to get paid as a leader. And that happens because they're afraid of being visible, which is AKA afraid of being judged, criticized, or putting themselves out there. They want to look professional because what if they say something? What if? The truth is, and I don't like to say the truth is because it's very much subjective, but sometimes it is objective. And the truth is the people are going to talk about you no matter what you do, whether you do something or you don't do something. So yeah, your story is your proof, your certification. Every rock bottom, every breakthrough, every late night journal that rewired your life, every tear, That is part of who you are, is part of your brand, is part of your story, is part of what makes you you today. That's also called your unfair advantage. It's because you went through that you know what you know today. Carl Jung calls this individuation, becoming more of who you are beneath the mask. And when you walk that path consciously with intention, that becomes medicine for others. I'm not saying that your certification doesn't matter, but let me give you an example. One person says, I have 100 hours of certification training. And another person says, I have walked through this pain. I know what it means. I've walked the path you're on, and I've healed. And I've also acquired the tools to heal myself, to heal others, to help others with this. And I can work with you, I can help you. And I've had so many results. Who do you think is gonna get more clients? Who do you think is gonna be more of an authority with that? Who would you trust the most? Exactly. Now, I'm not saying doctors or professionals like that. And I'm not even saying that if you're not trauma informed, you should help people with trauma, only because you've helped yourself with trauma. I do believe that there's a base knowledge in knowing how to deal with certain things. All I'm saying is that comparing two people, and one has the certification and the other one has the embodiment, I would trust more the person that has the embodiment. Or what if somebody told you, hey, I have a degree in marketing, I will help you grow your business, work with me. And then I come in and I tell you, well, I don't have a degree in marketing. I'm totally honest with you. But as an immigrant who has built a business coming from nothing, I've helped hundreds of other entrepreneurs do the same, growing their brands, making money, and becoming an authority in their fields without hustling. Who would you trust? Well, if your answer was obviously you, Monica, well, then book a call below, because I'm going to show you how I can do that with your business as well. And here how it gets powerful. Jung called people living their truth, their experiences, embodying those fully, archetypes. And here they are: the rebel, the wise guide, the creator, the lover, the alchemist. Every archetype can create value and get paid for it. The question is, are you owning your archetype or you're hiding it? Because when you own your archetype unapologetically, people feel your authority even before you speak. And yes, money follows energy. Always. Here, how to find yours. Notice what people come naturally to you for. If people confide in you when you're hurting, you're likely expressing the healer, the grounded energy, nurturing. Or do people look for you for clarity, strategy, or perspective, where you're leaning into the wise guide instead? Energy, clear, spacious? Or do people get fired up and inspired when you perhaps challenge the status quo? Then you're channeling the rebel. The energy is electrified, fiery. Do people tell you your creativity and storytelling moves them? That's the creator. And your energy is alive, expressive. Do people feel soothed and deeply understood in your presence? When you're the lover, the empath, and the energy is soft and connected. Or the last one, do people sense you connect dots between the seen and the unseen, or bring a touch of mystery and depth? You're the alchemist, because your energy is mystical and intuitive. Which one is you? Let me know in the comments. Jung said that the archetypes live in the unconscious, but your story shows you already which one is dominant. And it's totally okay if you are multiple ones. Sometimes they can intertwine. You can even embody 2 or 3 at the same time. The key is noticing which one is the dominant right now and embodying that into your work, and see which parts you're hiding because perhaps it's too much or not professional enough. Selling transformation is the most difficult thing to do, especially in the beginning, because you're talking about something that is intangible. Perhaps people love what you do, but when it comes to investing in themselves, not a lot of people act on it. Some people are not ready and they don't even understand what that could look like, or they're scared. And maybe not everyone truly understands the value of what you offer. That's why knowing how to position your offer, your work, is so important. And it's all explained in the masterclass down below, The Art of Selling Transformation. So you can attract and convert those ready to enroll high-ticket clients. Here's the unconscious block for many coaches, healers, guides, light workers, the belief that being well paid for your gifts is selfish. It's not fair for the other person. And even though you want to be abundant, even though you know the value of your work, you still feel a little weird, icky, yucky, sleazy selling high ticket prices. Well, let me tell you this. First of all, if you carry shame around you charging a higher prices, people will feel that. People will feel that energy. And that's why it's not translatable. That's why they don't buy. They feel that something, even if it's not palpable, they don't understand what's going on, they still feel it. Jung said, the unconscious is always communicating, even where the words are not spoken. And as I say, your energy introduces you even before you speak. Let's change that now, because charging higher prices is not selfish, okay? It's sacred. In fact, real transformation starts with the transaction. And when they pay higher prices, there's more at stake. They have skin in the game. And I've seen it with myself and with my clients as well. If someone paid $1,000 for a session versus $10, where do you think the client will commit to the most? Where do you think there's going to be more skin in the game, more transformation, more commitment? And I know some of you might say, oh no, Monica, even with free stuff, I will commit 100%, 1,000%. It's not about the money. It's not about the price. Well, it's not just me saying that. It's proven. It's the unconscious. The unconscious will make the person work more for the thing that has more value to it, and which is pay more. And for free, people don't commit. Have you ever noticed that when you download a freebie, sometimes you watch it if you have the urgency, but sometimes you even forget about it? But what if you paid $100 for that thing? That's different for that class. What if you paid $1,000? Well, you better believe I'm gonna show up. Every time someone invests in you, they're not just paying you. They're investing in their own transformation. And here's one thing that a lot of people I work with tell me. Well, Monica, but my ideal clients don't have a lot of money. They don't come from money, or they're not working. Well, let me tell you this. What I often answer is that is not true. People find the money for what's important for them. And if they don't, then you gotta change your niche, your ideal client avatar. But usually it's always the first one. Usually people pay for what matters the most for them. If they're committed to solving that problem, if they're enough in pain and they want the desired outcome that you can provide to them, if they trust you for that, if they know that you are the guide for them, they will find the money to pay you. The world doesn't need more perfect resumes, more certifications. I mean, I will always be in the learning mode, in the student phase. I love to learn, and hopefully you too. But with this video, I want to convey that you are enough right now with your story, that is your authority, to go out there and change lives, because your story is what matters, your transformation. And you are enough right now, even if you are only 2 steps ahead of your ideal client. The world needs you to stop apologizing for owning your truth and go out there and change lives. Thank you so much for watching. If you love or liked this video, give me a follow, a like, a comment, and go watch this video over here, all about how to find your most profitable niche. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.